Hello, my friends. I do hope you're all well today. Someone contacted me the other day. I'm not quite sure whether it was on Messenger on Facebook or whether it was on TikTok or one of those platforms. I'm not on Instagram and I'm not on anything else. I'm just on YouTube. I'm on Facebook Messenger, and I'm on that TikTok. How I'm still on TikTok is unbelievable because the amount of people that I know that are on there that are getting banned left, right, and centre. I don't know how I'm dodging the bullets. They give me final account warnings and sometimes they take down my videos. But as soon as they take down my video, I just instantly appeal it. And only once have I got a video that wasn't reinstated. So there you go. This is in relation to mostly, I'd say, for people who are, well, not necessarily full time, but possibly full time. This chap contacted me and he said that he did a run for some guy in a truck in the not too distant past, and he was stopped at a checkpoint, which is regular whether you're in the UK or in Ireland. But this was actually in Ireland, as far as I know. And they went through the documents, digicard and all that kind of stuff, and everything was fine, no problem. But it transpired, right, that even though there was an insurance disc on the windscreen, that the truck wasn't insured. Now, some people do that. They will get insurance from an insurance company, pay the first instalment, and then cancel the insurance and not send back the disc. So it looked like there was insurance on the truck. And most guards, when they look at the windscreen and they see there's an insurance disc there, they won't even check it. But this guy, now I don't know whether he was caught in an ANPR, which is an automatic number plate recognition system, which they basically have, the guards have, and it just takes a scan of your number plate and it'll flip through everything, NCT, tax, any previous history and all that kind of stuff. So this poor chap ended up getting done for driving with no insurance, and all he was doing a day's work for someone. So if you are, taking a truck out for someone that you don't really know, or it's not a very big company, I'd be checking. Just because there's an insurance disc in the windscreen doesn't mean that you're covered for insurance, I've done it so many times that people I don't know, and I just assumed when I saw this insurance disc that it's actually valid. So it might be worth checking, because you don't want that on your record. I was lucky today, actually. I got a letter this morning from the RSA, and it's normally bad news when you hear from them, but this basically was to tell me that the 3 penalty points I had for holding, well, actually I wasn't, well, I was holding my mobile phone. I picked it up in Carrigan, Shannon, one day in traffic to plug it in, and there happened to be a Sleeveen across the road. I don't know, he was eating a McDonald's or something, and he saw me and he came chasing up the road after me, and I got 3 points on my licence for it, but they're gone now, so I don't have any, thankfully. I am supposed to be out this week, and I have to make a sincere apology. I'm not going to name the company. I was supposed to do a load out to Spain this week for someone, and they had booked me well in advance for it, and I had to let them down. And I just didn't turn up. I rang them the day before. I had a bit of a family emergency that I needed to deal with, and it's ongoing for the week. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. And that's one of the downsides of being a single parent, which I have been. Even though my two are now 20 and 21. If I'm not around, there's no one around. So if anything happens like that, an emergency, whether it be a medical emergency or anything else, if I'm nowhere, they're on their own. So that's one of the downsides, I suppose, of being a single parent. The other thing I wanted to basically say was in relation to tax. Now, you know that I've been involved in a lot of this stuff on TikTok, especially regarding the government and the way they're behaving, and that the way that they're firing our money around. They're basically spending millions and millions. They spent 20 million on a referendum that no one wanted. Now, this is not their money. This is our money. This is our tax money. So I have come to the conclusion that they're not getting any more off me. So I was in a job in the last couple of weeks because it was close to home and it was handy. But I was getting absolutely annihilated with tax. They were taking a third. And I was thinking to myself, these are taking tax off me, a third of what I'm earning. And they're building illegal encampments for illegal migrants in my country with my money. And I just said, no, you're not doing it anymore. So in the heat of the hunt, what it means basically is that I am going to be, unless I get a proper job local that's going to pay me what I need, which is highly unlikely, I'm going to stay freelancing. And I can tell you now, if you're in the revenue commissioners, you won't get a fucking penny off me, because I'll have it all tied up in expenses and everything, and you will get nothing because you deserve nothing. I don't mind if when the government, we get the proper government in and we get rid of all the dead wood out of what's in there now, and you stop taking in and pay for illegal immigrants. I'm not having my tax money going to pay Ukrainians who are working full time and driving a top of the range car, and they're getting €800 every month towards their rent, out of my pocket, out of your pocket. So you might say, oh well, you're not really a patriot if you're not paying your taxes. I'm not paying my taxes to a traitorous government. They're not going to use my money to prop up the globalist agenda of flooding this country and doubling the size of every town. And look, I'm not going to get back into this again, or I'll go mad altogether on it. So basically, the reason that I'm freelance is because it suits me. Okay. Now I know there's lots of people out there who can't go freelance. They need to have guaranteed money coming in every week, and the reason is they're maybe they're just married, maybe they've got a big mortgage, maybe they like going on holidays, maybe they have an expensive car that they need to keep payments up, and that's totally fine. That's what life's about. But like, I'm jumping off that treadmill. Like in the early 2000s, I was involved with a company that went bust. And I was struck off as a director for 5 years, and it basically crippled me financially because the other director of the company disappeared, which meant that I was left to carry the can. I was left with the fine, and I had to remortgage my house at the time to pay them off in the middle of looking after 2 young children on my own, which I got when they were only literally babies, 1.5 years and 2.5 years. And thankfully, they're still living with me and they're still fine. So that's why a big chunk between 2005 and 2015 went out of my international driving career. Now, I am going to do part-time work for people from now on. If somebody wants me to do a trip, I'll do the trip for you. I'm not interested in going to the continent for a month for anyone, and I'm not interested in doing 3 or 4 weeks on the trot for anyone. I'll do a week out. I'll cover your holidays if you want me to cover holidays, or if I can, if someone has a medical emergency, or like me this week, I had something happen to me that was completely couldn't be predicted. And it's knocked me out, and it meant that I've literally had to stay around home for this week rather than out earning. So be it. That's life. Look, no one died. At the end of the day, that's just the way it is. But I am not interested in going back into a full-time job where I have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you have to work a half day Saturday. I'm not interested in that. As you all know, we'll be dead for long enough. Everyone's circumstance is different, but my circumstance is that I am not giving them traitors a penny in taxes until such a time a proper government that are doing the right thing by the Irish people. Then I have no problem to pay tax in this country. But I'm not paying it to traitors to lavish themselves with the money and to go off with their foreign. Look at all these TDs. They're all worth millions of euros, every one of them. And they're not going to get propped up by me. I'm sorry, if you're in a job it's a government job, you have no choice. You're just a lamb to the slaughter. But I'm not doing it. Anyway, I have my livestock license, I have my safe pass, I have manual handling, I have a HAZChem license for packages, and I would be delighted just to fill in a day. I live in Wicklow. I'd be delighted to fill in a day, even at short notice, for someone in the local area. I'm not going to travel down to Kerry to do a day's work, something reasonable. Dublin, Wicklow, Wexford, something around that. If someone wants me to do a trip to the continent, and I do, there is a company that I do regular work for, SGL, and they're brilliant. And I was supposed to go out for them this week, but unfortunately I had a booking in, and the whole thing just went mess. It's just a disaster. So again, apologies to the company that I was supposed to go out for. As I said, I'm not going to mention their name. I don't think they probably would want me to mention their name. So that's just my take on things. I'm 57 now. I know, thanks, I don't look it. What do you mean I look 60? Anyway, look, that's the situation regarding me. I'm not interested in taking any nonsense. I'm not interested in taking a job where I'm paying those traitors money every single week. No. Put a proper government in there and I'll only too happy contribute. But I'm not contributing to what they're doing to this country at the moment. Anyway, that's my spiel for today, my friends. I hope you have a good day. Take care and keep it country.